Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's house. I'm the Little Reader, also known as Amanda, and you, my friend, have found your way into my house. A place of love, a place of complete and utter celebration and acceptance. So, make yourself cozy. Make yourself at home, dear. You're not alone. We've also got this gorgeous, frequent guest. It's a fave. This aquamarine chilling with us today. And we are going to channel in from spirit a message for you, sweet soul. We say the collective, and that is under the intellectual assumption that the people en masse are ready for the message. And that's true to a certain degree, per our intellectual understanding. When a message is transmitted, it's really a vibration, and it comes through spirit, through this little vessel, and it's released. But there's an emphasis today on understanding that while the message is released for the collective, the individual who it finds, and that's you, my sweet friend, you, and only you, is who it's meant for. So we're kicking off this magic moment with the recognition that the specialness of what reaches you, what finds you, the circumstances that you look around and discover yourself to be in, cannot be understated. The specialness of that. It is non-accidental. It is profound perfection. So, all that to say, this one's for you. Let's bring it in. There were nudges of this coming in before the Little Reader hit record just a few moments ago. And it's now flooding in as if a dam is bursting. Hot dam, cold dam, temperature neutral dam. The way it was trickling in prior to the record was with a scene from a film. The film is called Divergent. And if you are at all familiar with the film or the plot, that's incredible. If not, I will just break it down to the little segment in which the protagonist is riding on a high-speed subway. She has just decided that she is not going to lose her place with her group, her team, after being kicked off the scoreboard that would have placed her in a prominent position to be part of the group. So she's in this subway. She had just ran to catch up with the subway. She leaps in. I say subway, but I don't think it's actually underground. I think it's a combination of above ground and underground. She leaps into this moving train, and one of the leaders of the group turns around and approaches her with some aggressive and stern and intimidating energy, and says something to the effect of, "Who let you out?" Referring to where she was housed as a result of falling down from the leaderboard and being left behind by her group. And she looks at him and says, "I did." And I was chuckling at this because it's a movie my mother and I enjoy together. And now it's all coming together. For you, sweet soul. For you. Sometimes we think we need to be given permission. Permission to act. And if you hear any noises today, I'm sharing the Little Reader's house with my beloved sibling, who has a deep, resonant voice. So know that you're definitely not alone. Between him, this, and me, you're in good company. Sometimes we feel we need to be given permission to act. And interestingly, Spirit says that this fear, this hesitance, this reticence to act, most frequently arises when we are actually being pulled by the heart. Or if you prefer, pushed by the heart. We're getting a nudge. The nudge is saying, go, beloved, do it. You know what you need to do, what you want to do. But I couldn't possibly. Sometimes it's not even consciously understood. Sometimes there is no intellectual dialogue through the realm of mind. It's just a resistance. Sometimes it's even a denial of the impulse. We have a hint of it. We can sort of taste it, sort of sense it, but we resist. Can't do it. Waiting for permission. Let me see some authority figure do it first. Let me see a peer or a colleague or a family member or a friend say, go ahead. Jump. Let me get some validation first. Somebody show me the way. And this is very much the mind at play. And we love the mind. Thank you, beautiful mind. The mind loves a leader. The mind seeks a leader. So we know when we're looking for a leader, we're here. And we're looking for a leader because we're looking for permission. Is it okay if I? Is it okay if I jump? Is it safe? The heart knows. The heart is, in fact, the most profound leader that we could ever dream of, that we could ever hope for. The heart has no doubts, and the heart has no fears. Its destiny, its talents, its proclivities, its dreams are all as clearly etched here as words etched into stone, etched into granite, is what I'm hearing. No permission required. And the more we dip in, dive in to the heart, the more we remember that our true identity is awareness, and we have the ability to shift that awareness into any realm, any location that we like, and we choose to shift it here into the heart. The more bold we start to become, the more certain we start to become, the less permission is required. It looks like a courageous life from the outside when we're viewing this third person. But it feels like there's simply no other choice. I had to act. I had to shift up those relationship dynamics. I had to change that career. I had to swap that major. I had to take that ride. I had to jump on that plane. I had to say those words. I had to confess those feelings. I had to write that book. I had to start that blog. I had to sing that song. I had to show up for that open mic night. Start that band. Leave that hometown. Or go back to it. I had to. I had to either turn over what was established by my mind, the on-paper life, or I had to begin something brand new that I'd never done before, never even considered. The heart doesn't just give permission, beautiful soul. The heart gives love. And love breaks every barrier. Love looks like courage. But what does courage feel like in the moment? Courage feels like there is no other way. Conviction. Spirit's saying, you don't need to seek a leader. You don't need to seek the trail of a trailblazer. Jump on it and then follow it. You don't need the green light. You don't need to wait for safety. The safe moment, the appropriate moment. This is not a push in the direction of jumping onto impulsive, intrusive thoughts. It's not a call to recklessly throw the entirety of this being into a situation that's long been clanging around in the mind. It's an invitation to get still. Oh, yes. Here we go again. It's an invitation to get present with this space. And even if no direction immediately arises, it's an invitation to listen in, as if even the very sound of nothing, complete and utter silence, was the transmission of the very permission, the transmission of the permission that you've been looking for. Even if your mind has no role in this game, it's like, what do you need me here for, then? If not to interpret and tell you what to do and tell you what to worry about. It's okay, beautiful mind. We love you. You are very valuable to us. And so is our heart. If we can give it just a fraction of the attention that we give this realm every day. Permission granted. Beautiful soul. Spirit indicates if you give this realm your attention, your awareness, the inspirations will flow. The wellspring, the dam, bursts. You may even meet, if you're looking for one or drawn to one, a mentor-like figure, a soul tribe. You may realize that the inspiration or the muse has been beside you this entire time. But that starts with understanding that it resides here, first and foremost. Here. Center of the chest. Permission granted. The mind wants a game plan. It craves steps. The mind craves certainty. More than anything, it craves you. You are awareness. The mind wants you in it. You are attention. Attention is infinite energy. Of course, the mind wants you in it. The mind wants to expand. So it will do whatever it takes. It will think whatever's required to pull you back in. Please, please come back. Come back, come back, come back. We need to think. We need to think about how we're going to do this. We need to think about how we're going to accomplish. We need to think about the roadmap. Follow the path. Order. And if there doesn't seem to be any semblance of that, let's think about how we could fix it. How we could instate it, what we can panic about. And that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, beautiful mind. It served an incredible purpose. It got you here, somehow. Now, Spirit invites. Overturn the plan. Overturn the steps. On a map, there's a legend. It helps you understand the symbols to recognize when you look at that map, so you have clarity. The Spirit says, this space, heart space, there's a legend in here, in every sense of the word. It knows what symbols mean. It knows what to look out for, and it knows it in a language that the mind at this juncture in time, space, reality does not understand. No matter how esoteric we become and how many tarot cards we whip out, and how much numerology, and how many self-help books we consume, and how much salt we throw over our shoulder. There's so much value in every practice, in all that we do in this third dimensional reality. So hold it, love it, hug it. The little reader is right there with you. We are still, however, in those moments, looking for an intellectual understanding of the roadmap to our destiny. Show me the legend so I can understand. Okay, I'm going to see 2222 when I need to say yes. Okay. And then this 5125 means change is coming and I got to abandon ship. And that's wonderful. Beautiful. It's a stepping stone. Those moments are still the intellectual mind holding on to you. You are awareness. Again, the intellectual mind wants you. So it will shift the color of your thoughts to be rich with symbolism and magic, and that's beautiful. But we're on new paradigm shit now, baby. We're not just shifting the color of our thoughts and the shape and the size and the flavor. From superstitious to spiritual to religious to scientific, we can change the flavor all day long, put it in the blender like a smoothie and sip it up. Now we're shifting you, your location, from here to here. And it's a lot quieter in here. It's a language that, again, the mind may not enjoy getting behind initially, because the mind doesn't know its role initially. Unfamiliar, it's new territory, it's a new paradigm. It's the entrance to the fifth dimension, if you're into that sort of thing. The mind may even say, who gave you permission to go in there? Why would you? Who have you seen do that? And you just gently look at the mind and say, hey, thanks for looking out for me, beautiful mind. You've gotten me so far. Now I'm going to take care of you. We've got a legend in here, ready to come out. I'm going to teach you now. And quickly the mind will learn to understand its role. It will shift its priorities and duties and the way your mental feed passes. It'll shift your algorithm. It'll shift the content. It'll shift how you interact with it. It will begin to serve. Not just serve you like a servant, but serve you. The mind will learn the language of the heart. It requires you jumping in first. Your awareness, you see. You didn't come here to run the show, but you came here to choose how you play. And it turns out that those two are the same thing anyway. Permission granted, beautiful soul. Permission granted. You couldn't be more ready. So turn me off. Pull up your timer. Set it for 20. Practice. Bring all your witnessing here. If you need help, Patreon for $1. It's all there for you. 30-day guided journey, no big deal. Permission. What? It's time. That's where we're leaving it today, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for joining me in the house. It's an honor, a privilege to hold the space, to walk beside you. I'll meet you in the heart. And until that time, I'm sending you all the love I've got. Always more, never less. You just so happen to be so worthy of it.